Hi.
Okay. Hi, how are you guys? How are you doing?
I'm doing fabulous.
I'm so glad. I'm great. I'm excellent. Today we're going to talk to you about coconut oil because because I know there's been a lot in the news and like beauty blogs and all that about coconut oil, but not everyone's actually using it and not everyone knows all of the uses of it. For example, I came over to Melissa's a couple of months ago, and she was like, "Oh, did you know you can use it for this?" And I was like, "What?" And it totally changed my life. So
okay, so let's start with that because it's really provocative.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can use coconut oil as the most amazing makeup remover you will ever find.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying that lotions don't work, but how often is a lotion pure? Coconut oil is like the real deal because it doesn't have any like added chemicals. And in literally one effortless swipe, you can lift any sort of makeup. I've used it with NARS and like foundation and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to show you on Allison's face how it
Right,
works.
first thing, take off the makeup. That's great. So I just usually use like a little bit of toilet paper or Kleenex or something and just swipe the coconut oil and swipe on my face.
Okay, and just to let you know, can you see this? Oh yeah, you can. So it is solid in room temperature, and one of these giant vats, which, how much would you say it is, Allison?
Less than $10 probably.
Less than $10. Lasts you for months and months. I've been using, I think, the same one for like 4 months, and I use it every day. And I use it as a moisturizer for my face, which we'll get to next.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're just going to take like the tiniest bit because you really don't need much.
If you can see the blush that I'm wearing, we'll just do a little swipe there.
So little. Okay, this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so before and after.
Lovely. So how does that tissue look?
Nice.
Nice and blushy?
Look at that tissue. Ho, 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 ho.
So
her face just came off.
So it's great. It's really gentle, and then I just leave it on as a moisturizer at the end of the night. It's really nice.
Yeah, fabulous. So that's a good way to enter into this conversation because you use it as a makeup remover, but then you don't have to wipe it off like it's a separate thing, like a real makeup remover. You leave it on as then
it's a moisturizer.
And then it becomes a moisturizer. And you
glorious.
Sleep in it throughout the night, and it's not too oily, you would think, because like it's really...
You think of putting oil on skin, and you're like, ew, it's going to clog my pores, but it really doesn't. I have to say, my face has... Like, I haven't broken out at all. My face has looked really good since starting to use this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're luminous and you don't get zits. And I actually met this 50-year-old, maybe, woman once who is a bartender. And I asked her how her skin was just so amazing because she looked so young. And she's like, I've got a secret. And she was from the islands. And she just said she wore coconut oil. And that was like 5 years ago. I'm like, yeah, okay. And now... Now that I have this experience, I do really get that it's kind of all-purpose, all-in-one, facial cleansing and hydration.
Yeah. I also use it in the morning under my makeup. It almost acts as a primer. I almost hesitate to say that because I never use a primer, but my makeup goes on very smoothly over it, and I use like a Bare Essentials, which is powder-based. It just goes on really nicely, so I even use it in the morning.
That's interesting. So if you put it on under makeup, it doesn't prevent the makeup from going on.
Yeah.
Wow.
At least not with the makeup that I use. I don't know if a liquid, it would be the same, but with a powder, it's really nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah, good to know.
Yeah.
I also use it right when I get out of the shower as a moisturizer, like all over my body. It does take some time to absorb. So if you're like looking to put on those skinny jeans right away, it's going to act like as lubricant kind of. And
speaking of,
we'll get there in 1 second. And it's kind of gross under your clothes, so you do need to like wait for it to seep in. But if you have like, 5 or 10 minutes to be naked, then do that. So, sorry, Mom, but it also works as a really good lubricant. It doesn't work with condoms, so definitely don't use it with condoms, but it's a really nice natural lubricant. It doesn't upset the flora of the vagina, and it's easy cleanup.
And you can cook with it. Separate thought, though.
And you can cook with it.
So tell us more about that.
So I've been using it in place of olive oil. So I was reading that olive oil has a lower smoke point. So it's better for like dressings and things that you're actually not going to cook. But if you're using it to saute, it has a higher smoke point. So it's actually better as far as like the rancidity of the oil.
You got it.
Yeah. And there are a lot of like different points of view as far as, you know, well, should we be eating so much saturated fat? Should we not be cooking with it? Should we not be eating it? I mean, there's a lot of research and it sort of will show whatever you want it to show. So we'll post a link to some articles that kind of give both points of view. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. Like, if you're going to eat oil, you know, if you're going to cook with oil, why not use coconut oil? As there are studies that suggest it actually could be more beneficial than other kinds of oil.
Mm-hmm. And just one last tip, if you do put coconut oil on your face and you don't put any other makeup on and it's like your look for the day, which it often is mine, I find that in pictures I'm a little greasy, so you want to make sure that it's evenly spread and that you wait a few hours for it to really absorb.
Ah, interesting. Okay, so if you don't put makeup on over it and you just use that for the day, you want to be, you don't want to go to a photo shoot, maybe.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But we do have some natural makeups that we can review at another time.
Yeah.
That you can put over it.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
great.
Try out coconut oil. Try it out for basically anything, like any lotion, any face moisturizer.
Yeah, if you have an idea. If you have an idea, try it, because I feel like it's just, like, infallible. It can be used for absolutely any need.
Yeah, yeah. And if you have other uses that we didn't mention here, please let us know in the comments, because we're, like, obsessed with it and want to use it for everything.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.